Religion is for people who are afraid of going to hell. Spirituality is for those who've already been there. I believe much trouble and blood would be saved if we opened our hearts more. To live in peace as long as the waters run in the rivers and creeks, and as long as the stars and moon endure. His grandfather had often told him that he tried too hard to move trees when a wiser man would walk around them. Before our white brothers arrived to make us civilized men, we didn't have any kind of prison. Because of this, we had no delinquents. We had no locks nor keys, and therefore among us there were no thieves. When someone was so poor that he couldn't afford a horse, a tent, or a blanket, he would, in that case, receive it all as a gift. We were too uncivilized to give great importance to private property. We didn't know any kind of money, and consequently, the value of a human being was not determined by his wealth. We had no written laws laid down, no lawyers, no politicians. Therefore, we were not able to cheat and swindle one another. We were really in bad shape before the white men arrived, and I don't know how to explain how we were able to manage without these fundamental things that, so they tell us, are so necessary for a civilized society. Treat all men alike. Give them all the same law. Give them all an even chance to live and grow. You might as well expect the rivers to run backward as that any man who is born a free man should be contented when penned up and denied liberty to go where he pleases. We only ask an even chance to live as other men live. We ask to be recognized as men. Let me be a free man, free to travel, free to stop, free to work, free to choose my own teachers, free to follow the religion of my fathers, free to think and talk and act for myself. So you make this deal with the gods? You do these dances, and they'll send rain and good crops and the whole works, and nothing bad will ever happen. Right. Prayer had always struck me as more or less a glorified attempt at a business transaction. A rain dance even more so. I thought I might finally have offended Lloyd past the point of no return, like stealing the lobster from frozen foods that time to get myself fired. But Lloyd was just thinking. After a minute, he said, "No, it's not like that. It's not making a deal. Bad things can still happen, but you want to try not to cause them to happen. It has to do with keeping things in balance." In balance. Really, it's like the spirits have made a deal with us. And what is the deal? I asked. We're on our own. The spirits have been good enough to let us live here and use the utilities. And we're saying, we know how nice you're being. We appreciate the rain, we appreciate the sun, we appreciate the deer we took. Sorry if we messed up anything. You've gone to a lot of trouble, and we'll try to be good guests. Like a note you'd send somebody after you stayed in their house. Exactly like that. Thanks for letting me sleep on your couch. I took some beer out of the refrigerator and I broke a coffee cup. Sorry, I hope it wasn't your favorite one. To encounter the sacred is to be alive at the deepest center of human existence. Sacred places are the truest definitions of the earth. They stand for the earth immediately and forever. They are its flags and shields. If you would know the earth for what it really is, learn it through its sacred places. At Devil's Tower or Canyon de Chelly or the Cahokia Mounds, you touch the pulse of the living planet. You feel its breath upon you. You become one with a spirit that pervades geologic time and space. I have learned that the point of life's walk is not where or how far I move my feet, but how I am moved in my heart. The most beautiful thing in the world is a heart that is changing. Listen to the air. You can hear it, feel it, smell it, taste it. Wonya Wakan, the holy air, which renews all by its breath. Wonya Wakan, spirit, life, breath, renewal. It means all that. Wonya, we sit together, don't touch. But something is there. We feel it between us, as a presence. A good way to start thinking about nature. Talk about it. Rather talk to it. Talk to the rivers, to the lakes, to the winds as to our relatives. Attending to your own words and ideas as well as those of others is an admirable trait in any person, but a necessity in a leader. No man is as wise as Mother Earth. She has witnessed every human day, every human struggle, every human pain, and every human joy. For maladies of both body and spirit, the wise ones of old pointed man to the hills. For man, too, is of the dust, and Mother Earth stands ready to nurture and heal her children. When we connect with our ancestors and put their wisdom into action, we are evolving our collective consciousness. We are transporting the ancient truths of our collective past and birthing them into our future. What we create out of those truths extends the wisdom of all those who have gone before us, and it provides a guide for all those who will follow. Caretaking is the utmost spiritual and physical responsibility of our time, and perhaps that stewardship is finally our place in the web of life, our work, the solution to the mystery that we are. There are already so many holes in the universe that will never again be filled, and each of them forces us to question why we permitted such loss, such tearing away at the fabric of life, and how we will live with our planet in the future. It was our belief that the love of possessions is a weakness to be overcome. Children must early learn the beauty of generosity. They are taught to give what they prize most, that they may taste the happiness of giving. The Indians, in their simplicity, literally give away all that they have, to relatives, to guests of other tribes or clans, but above all to the poor and the aged, from whom they can hope for no return. Other tribes or clans, but above all to the poor and the aged, from whom they can hope for no return. I speak of the Creator. Are you surprised by my candor? In a world that has killed the sacred, mention of it can seem shocking, even foolhardy. But how foolhardy it is to kill the sacred, and how shocking to think that we could. For there is always a light that walks forward. Respect for the environment and respect for what was naturally occurring in nature, that was the bedrock of all original peoples. Harmony, coexistence, not conquest and conquer. I have learned that the point of life's walk is not where or how far I move my feet, but how I am moved in my heart. If I walk far but am angry toward others as I journey, I walk nowhere. If I conquer mountains but hold grudges against others as I climb, I conquer nothing. If I see much but regard others as enemies, I see no one. The thing that Buffalo Hump was most grateful for, as he rode into the emptiness, was the knowledge that in the years of his youth and manhood he had drawn the lifeblood of so many enemies. He had been a great killer. It was his way and the way of his people. No one in his tribe had killed so often and so well. The killings were good to remember, as he rode his old horse deeper into the llano, away from all the places where people came. Nature is not dumb. Humanity is dumb when we can't hear or when we forget how to communicate with nature. Nature is very much alive. Intelligent living beings and vibrant energies are all over the planet. Life is a walking, a journey. So if life upon Mother Earth is a journey, there are two ways to walk. We can choose to walk forward or we can choose to walk backward. Forward-walking choices are rewarded with consequences that light the way to peace, happiness, joy, comfort, knowledge, and wisdom. Backward, walking choices bring to the two-legged beings consequences of misery, despair, and darkness.